How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be taking a look at Dollar Tree's $1 bingo game set. So yeah, I was at the Dollar Tree recently, and they had a whole bunch of fun little toys and games set out for Christmas, and one in particular, this bingo set caught my eye. I've always been fascinated by weird little contraptions, and I really love games, but, you know, to see they made a whole ball cage bingo game for just $1 was pretty cool to see, and I couldn't resist picking it up and seeing how they could do all this for just $1. So let's take a look at the front there. Bingo game set, and I'm guessing that's French, Jeu de bingo. You flip it to the bottom, and they got the rules of bingo, although I think we already know the rules there. And there's no big company name, you know, no Hasbro or anything. You do get Green Brine International from Canada, it looks like. So yeah, explain the French. Anyway, you got the two tape that we're holding it shut. I've already cut that open off camera. And let's go ahead and take a look at the bingo cage. This was disconnected when I bought it, but I think it just pops into place. The sphere with the little contraption and the sphere holder. And one thing I found that was interesting, you get the holder piece here, and you get this on the bottom, which will flip out, and you have a place to put the balls that you've called and an easy reference. So they all have a number, and you put the ball there, and you can tell at a glance if someone asks, did you call this or that? It's right there. Now these balls are all numbered, but they're not lettered, so you know, instead of B1, it's just 1. So it's a little harder to find, but then again, there's not too much space on the balls. So let's see how easy it is to get in. We have a square part attached to the handle and a circle with a hole. That's where the balls go in. So I'm going to try to put the circle part in first and the square part in. Rotate the handle till it's not. Hey, just goes right in there. All right, that's cool. This plastic is sturdy enough. I feel like I could break it if I wanted to, and if you had like a rambunctious kid, they probably would break it. But that being said, if you have someone who's mindful of small things, they could get a bingo set for $1. Moving on to the balls originally came all 60 balls in these two plastic cast here. Now, as you can see, I popped out almost all of them. I left 6 for you guys, so 1/10 of the balls. But there's a reason, and that is this part does take forever. So I got 54 balls in this bag here, and let's go ahead and pop off the last 6 on camera. I figured you guys would not want to watch me take 60 balls out of this thing. So you can push and try to just push them out, but I find it's much more effective to just roll the ball and kind of twist them out. So, and also noteworthy, this particular casing cast was a lot easier to get the balls out than the one with the first 30 numbers. So I don't know, I guess it's just inconsistencies within the cast. But yeah, this second one is a lot easier. Maybe I'm just getting stronger. Anyway, there we go. 2 more balls left, and I'll have punched them all out. Ooh, man, it really does wear on your fingers. Now, maybe you could use a knife for this, but don't hurt yourself. I find if you're doing something slightly dangerous to be constantly thinking about all the ways you could hurt yourself, where the knife would go if it slips, stuff like that. But they're easy enough to get at. Wow, 41 is being hard. I wanted to save 42 for the last because of hitchhikers and whatnot, but let's just get that out first. It'll make 41 easier to get out. But anyway, take a look at this ball. I don't know how well my camera can see small things, but you'll notice that they're little cast marks on the top and bottom that if you wanted to really be perfect, you'd have to get out your sandpaper and sand down. But yeah, all the balls are going to have that sticking out the top and bottom. And you can see they're all about the size of peas. So as I was punching these balls out, I did have 2 of them get away and roll, and I did catch them before they got too far. But yeah, these things are probably going to be pretty easy to lose. So yeah, smaller kids will probably lose them. But there it is, ball 41, the last ball. Put them in my bag here. And these is just trash. Don't need those. The other components in the case, I will roll the ball cage, but I want to look at the components first. It comes with 10 bingo boards, and that is good because this is your variety of gameplay right here. 10 bingo boards. And if someone has another copy of the set, maybe look at yours and tell me in the comments if each board is different. Like if I were to go out and buy another copy of this game, would I get 10 more boards, you know? I kind of wish that they had left one blank so that we could have our own chance to figure out where the numbers should go. But yeah, since this is your game variety, it is really important to have a bunch of different boards. Otherwise, you know, it's all the same. But they're doubles. You can either leave them like that or get out the big scissors and carefully cut these in half. And then you have these. And again, you're going to need another bag for them, but paper chips, 6 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I could do the math, or I could just look on the box and see that it comes with 288 chips. But anyway, let's just punch out one to see how easy that is. Without tearing the paper, there we go. See, I'd imagine at the beginning of the first game, you just give someone a card, and then they'd punch them out as they're playing. But yeah, so a bunch of punch-out work to do on that as well, but won't do all that on camera. So let's stick all this other stuff back in the box, because we're not going to need it for a minute. And let's take a look at the cage. Let's see how well it does rolling. There we go. So we got to load in our balls. Oops. Yeah, I'd imagine this is going to be the fun part. There we go, in the cage. Just got to do that for 60 balls. See, this would be the setup at the beginning of each game. You have to collect all these things and put them in at once. Alright, about halfway there. Yeah, they do kind of want to stick at the entrance. You have to kind of force them in with your thumb. And again, they wouldn't do that as bad if I had sanded down those cast marks. Alright, about 2/3 of the way. And this is when everyone would be, you know, cleaning off their board and, you know, picking out a new card, you know. Alright. I'm doing this pretty fast, but it still takes a minute. But I think, you know, knowing the load time, well, quite literally load time, not like a video game, but kind of an important part. Okay, down to the last handful of balls. Alright. Only about, oh, dropped one, don't let it get away, got it. Okay. Only about like 5 more left. 1, 2, and then there's 3, and then stuff them in. Okay, so now if I remember bingo cages correctly, I guess we turn it to this side now. The handle, you turn it one way, and the balls will stay in to shuffle them, and the balls will just come out. So I think this way, yeah, when you turn it counterclockwise, the balls stay in. And that's getting a nice shuffle there. Counterclockwise they stay in. Let's turn it clockwise one time. Oh, okay, it did come out the bottom. I was expecting it to slide with much more force, but it did come out, and the first one we're calling is 48. Wow, that's really small. There you are, 48. So I'd take this 48, and anyone who had it on the card would put a little chip over it, and then I'd find 48 is right there, and I'd put it in the marker. Let's do another one, turning it clockwise. Turning clockwise twice. There we go, shoved it out. So not the smoothest, but maybe if I sanded these, it might be a little smoother. We got 57. 57. I'm doing a bingo call, even though there's no one really here playing. But yeah, you'd do that a bunch of times, and you'd put them all there. First one to get a bingo wins. Overall, for $1, this is a pretty cool little contraption. I didn't know what it'd be, and half of me expected it to break the moment I started trying to put the ball cage in and turn it. But yeah, it is a fun little bingo game, and you know, to me, he was quite easily amused by small little gadgets. To get something like this for only $1 and just, you know, spin it around. Maybe that's just me, but this also is this weird little hat. It looks like a baseball cap. I always love this contraption. One way it keeps them all in, the other way it shoots one and just one out. That's pretty cool. And then I guess let's, you know, I mean, no one's gonna get a bingo in 2 turns, but if they do get a bingo, in you go, and in you go. So overall, it's a fun little contraption for just $1. Now, it's not going to be as cool or last you as long as a big bingo set, but I feel like you should really ask yourself, how often do you really play bingo? If you only play it like a couple times every now and then yeah, this is fine. Now, if you play bingo a whole bunch, you're the biggest bingo fan, then yeah, invest in a better set. But, you know, if you just want to play bingo a couple times a year, you know, this is a good enough way to do it. You know, for only $1, that's pretty cheap. Plastic case is a little thin, but it'll hold it good enough. You do need 2 bags, one for the balls and one for the chips that aren't in there. But other than that, you know, bingo set, just get 2 bags of the balls and chips, and you're good to go for just $1. So yeah, I'd definitely say if this sounds like something you're gonna be interested in, go ahead and pick it up. It can be broken, but if you treat it carefully, it shouldn't be. And it is a lot of work to punch all those balls out, I will say. And then, you know, you do have to punch the dots out as well. But it's a better quality set than I'd imagine, and for just one single $1, yeah, it's fun. So anyway, this is actually only the second game I reviewed on this channel. I want to cover more games and more fun stuff, and I just, for some reason, I wanted to cover this. I just couldn't resist it. Well, I guess I did cover the Hasbro mini arcade for Stranger Things. But anyway, I'm going to put a toys and games playlist at the bottom of this. If that sounds like something you're interested in, I'll say check it out, and I'll try to do a few more toys and games pretty soon. I really do like them. But anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I do, other than this, primarily horror movies, so this is a little outside of what I normally do. But if that sounds like something you're interested in, I'd definitely recommend sticking around. Anyway, I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist at the bottom should be toys and games. Anyway, have a good day. See you guys soon.